Hello and welcome to freedomthroughastrology.com. My name is Don. I'm the astrologer, and I'm giving you the keys to living your best life. There you go, freedomthroughastrology.com. Down at the top, that's my name. There's my email contact information. Copyright with a standard YouTube copyright agreement. Keys to the reading. First of all, I read sidereal astrology, which is the visible sky. So I'm doing astrology by astronomy. So if you're noticing that my constellations are a little bit different than the newspaper astrology or tropical astrologers, they are reading signs fixed to seasons. I am telling you where the planets are in the constellations in the visible sky. So a little bit different. I read 13 signs. I add the constellation Ophiuchus, which Lost Zodiac, 13th sign, it's in there. So this is restoring a sign that was taken out of the Zodiac. It's a symbol of the wounded healer. Talk about that later. This chart is a contract with the divine. We all agreed to come here and learn these lessons together. So this is perfect. I read evolutionary astrology, which says that these planets, constellations are teachers, and they're here to teach us lessons. And you have freedom of choice, so you can have a skilled or an unskilled response. You can learn the lesson or you can totally bomb it. And whichever one you choose, you live with. Our transit report for the week of November 13th through the 19th, 2023. The moon is very busy going through a sign every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So beginning of the week, very much an emotional roller coaster, very busy. Two very long conjunctions. Mercury is sextile Venus and the sun is conjunct Mars. Normally the transits are 2 or 3 days. These two are taking much longer. So you're learning about relationships and having the courage to face your ego. The sun is active, developing the ego. The goal in this lifetime is to have a healthy ego. It's one of the lessons of your chart. How do you have a healthy ego? So it's very active this week, helping you to learn how to have that healthy ego. Also, Neptune is active, spirituality and release, knowing what to let go and when. And also Pluto, transformation. Yes, Pluto is still a planet with me. It's bigger than Mercury, has 5 moons, has an atmosphere. It's a planet. All hail Pluto. Jokes aside. So very busy week. Let me pull my thing down here. As you can see right here, the blue line, if I try drawing on it, it always gets to be a mess. So I'm not even going to try. But this long blue line here, as you can see, starts late Sunday night and goes all the way through Saturday. I believe that's Saturday. Learning about relationships, one major long transit, and then a second transit, sun. This is the Mercury with sextile Venus. Second one right below it, below the dotted line, is the sun conjunct Mars. It starts on Tuesday and goes into next week. So it's having the courage to be open-minded because it's in Libra. Now let's jump into, here we go. This is from last week. We have the sun in Libra and opposing Uranus and Aries. Sun in Libra, having the ego is learning to be open-minded, being able to take information and weigh it. Opposing, balanced against Uranus and Aries. Uranus is helping you to learn Uranus is helping you to learn individuality and your authenticity. Who are you really? In Aries, it's learning the courage to be that person. Right now, it's retrograde, so this is more reflective. So having the courage to reflect, who am I really? That's sort of the question. So this is a focus on your individuality. Be prepared to face your individuality or become alienated from your authentic self. So you're going to have a chance to follow your heart here instead of following the herd. And that's herd, H-E-R-D, meaning the crowd, or heard the loudest voice in the room or in your head. Be careful. Shadow of this transit is becoming a rebel without a clue, acting up, being a spectacle. I'm that way and just the way I am, blah, blah, whatever. Why? Or just going along and doing things and feeling empty and meaningless at the end of the day. If you're at the end of the day doing things and you feel like that was a waste of time, ask yourself why. Being a shadow is nothing compared to being the real thing. This is a last week transit. Hold on. And Mars in Libra is in opposition to, excuse me, Mars in Libra is in opposition to Uranus in Aries. So this is having the courage to do that reflection as well. Mars is the planet of courage and assertiveness in Libra, being open-minded, again, in opposition to Uranus in Aries. And remember, that's you asking, why am I doing what I am doing? So this is having the courage to do that reflective work. And maybe there's something that needs changing. If it does need changing, this is the time to do it. And this is reflective, so this is quiet. So this is having courage to do that reflective work. And this starts late Sunday night. Mercury sextile Venus. Mercury in Scorpio is deep learning, if I'd give it really quick, because Mercury is learning about communication, listening, and speaking. So this is deep learning. And Venus in Virgo. Venus, three meanings to Venus. Of course, it's receiving help from others, so this is relationship. It's also creativity. Venus is a planet that teaches you creativity, also teaches you rest and relaxation. So deep learning about your relationships, deep learning about creativity, deep learning about how are you resting and relaxing and taking care of yourself. What do you do for fun? This is a time to be excited about developing these things. Sextile is a 60-degree angle. This is an excitement. This is an interest. It would be a very potential to be a very interesting week. It's also an opportunity to learn how you communicate with others on those topics. Know what to say and when, and knowing when to talk and listen is going to be very important. Speaking deep truths, good. Listening for deep truths, very good. Also, pay attention to people. People are good in the area of relating to others. Be a very good way for you to learn those people's skills. If you feel like this is an artistic moment, who do you know that's good at art? Look at them. See if they've got books, websites, whatever, yada. And how are you having fun? Like I said, take that deep. Be careful about talking at people rather than to them. Mindless chit-chat, wasting everybody's time. And telling people what they want to hear rather than what they need to hear can be dangerous as well. Mercury in Scorpio can say things that are deeply hurtful. Be very, very careful with what you say. Think twice, say once. It can be words of wisdom here. So, and like I said, this goes all week. So very important. Monday, new moon in Libra. And remember there being a song by Duran Duran similar to this, new moon on Monday or something like that. Well, new moon in Libra. This is a conjunction of the sun and moon. Bad joke, sorry, I'll let it go. Joining together the sun and the moon, their energies, the sun, your ego. You need a healthy ego. Part of the lessons of this lifetime to learn is to have a healthy ego, particularly of your sun sign. What's your sun sign? What's a healthy expression of that ego? You're here to release the unhealthy expression. So this is a good time to learn that information. So being able to pay attention and listening and weigh things. And in order to heal, take time to get in touch with your roots, your values, and your emotions. Everything needs a breath of fresh air right now. So take a good deep breath. In Libra, it's time to open up and let a little paradox into your life. Things aren't always going to make sense. It's okay. It doesn't have to. Be open to help from others as well. Look to the house where Libra is on your birth chart. That's going to tell you the area of life where this help is most needed right now. That's going to be the theme for this lunar month as well. Wasting this opportunity can turn into high stress and high anxiety and unhappiness. Oh, go back one, sorry. So yes, Libra can be a little lazy. Be very careful. You do need to focus and do the work. Tuesday, moon, Scorpio. It's time to face some deep emotional truths in your life about your life. Be open to intense conversations. And especially with this being the moon, emotional conversation. So emotional controls can be very important today on Tuesday. You may find yourself, if you're not careful, you may find yourself in a rotten mood that can affect you and everyone around you. Nobody likes that. I would like to note here, as you can see, the moon is going to go over Mercury, so intense emotional conversations or deep emotional conversations. How do you want to have it? You want to have it good, you can have the opportunity for deep healing. Scorpio can help with that, or this can be deep wounding. So there's that. Sun is going to be conjunct Mars in Libra starting on Tuesday, I believe this is. This is a focus on developing courage. And in Libra, courage to do what? Take in the information, learn, listen, evaluate, and then decide to act upon. This is a time to stand up for yourself and be assertive. And there's a difference between being assertive and being a jerk. Being assertive stands, this is what I believe, and I respect your decision to believe something else. It leaves both people validated. Being a jerk is playing one-upsmanship, and everybody loses in that. Expect opponents to arise during this time. Their purpose is to strengthen you in your core identity. That's your sun. And help you to know how to assert yourself. And like I say, learning how to respect other people, yourself and other people, is going to be very important here. So learning assertiveness is going to be very good. Be careful about playing the victim or venting misguided frustrations on defenseless targets or explosive anger on that time. Violence is always a problem to avoid. So these two energies are fusing together. It's having the courage to listen to other people, take in the information. Is it true? Great. How do I use it? If it's false, let it go. Okay. And then we have Mars in Libra in a trine to Neptune in Pisces. Trine is a 120-degree angle. This is an easy energy to work with. However you focus on it determines what you get. So if you're focusing on having a healthy outcome, you'll get that with the easy effort. It'll happen quickly. But if you focus on the negative, you're going to get it back, and you're going to get it back fast. So focus on the healthy, please, here. Mars in Libra. Let's say my notes here. This is about being strong in your beliefs. And Neptune is retrograde here. So this is a good time for having the courage to reflect on your beliefs. Neptune retrograde internal. You're reflecting, you're thinking about them. So this is an internal process here. So this is a time to defend and reflect on your spiritual beliefs and practices. I like to, again, still do that reflection thing because we're still retrograde. Expect challenges to your spirituality to arrive. Take questions, ask questions instead of attacks. This person said this. Why does that bother me? Okay, this is why. What can you learn from that? It's going to be very important. Reflect on the answer, because the answers are for you, not generally for the public, unless it's like a close friend and you need to share it. But otherwise, I'm going to say, being quiet can be an act of spiritual courage. If you hear somebody like really going off, whatever, let them have their bad day. Reflecting on why they're having this issue can always be good for you. Okay. And then we have the moon in Ophiuchus. The symbol of Ophiuchus is a man holding a snake by the head and the tail, implying control. Control of what? In ancient times, the snake symbolized knowledge. So this is a man controlling knowledge to do what? Heal himself and then heal others with similar wounds. So this is a time for some emotional healing. Expect information to be made available to you during this time. Again, this is to heal you and then heal others. Where is this healing most needed? Again, look to see what house Ophiuchus falls in your chart. That's going to tell you where this healing is deeply needed. Missing this opportunity can actually deepen the wound. And be careful of playing the martyr, as you'll be self-inflicting the wound and making a bigger mess. So use a time to either do deep, you do it for healing, getting information so you can heal your wounds, or you can be hurting yourself. Thursday, finally a little bit of stability in the moon. Sagittarius, I believe, is the fourth largest constellation in the sky behind Virgo, Pisces, and Leo. This is, moon in Sagittarius. Expect the unexpected. It's needed right now after this week of roller coaster. And Sagittarius is the sign of, I always call it the sign of joy. It's ruled by Jupiter, Jupiter, joy, happiness, etc. Um, your life might need a little emotional freshening up a bit, especially after this roller coaster of a week. Look for experiences to be available to you to help you freshen up, lighten up, and be happy. Defending the status quo is probably a bad idea. This is what I've always done, so I'm going to do it. Sagittarius likes doing things in different ways. What's another way? I have a cat on my lap, not the kittens. What's another way of doing something fun or doing something that you enjoy? This might be a time of emotional invigoration. So there's that. So Thursday, finally some emotional stability in finding new ways of doing things. And we have the sun in Libra in a trine to Neptune in Pisces. Again, we just had Mars having the courage to do the reflection. The sun is very similar. This is a focus on your spirituality. Very similar to Mars. Mars was having the courage. This is more about the integration. Learn to trust your intuition and take the next step in your spiritual growth. So what do you believe? Why do you believe it? How do you practice it? What's the next step in learning and growing? With this being retrograde, it's more private practice. I would look to your private practices and your personal practices more than your public. Expect spiritual experiences to happen, coincidences, synchronicities. Pay attention to them in order to learn from them. Oops, my notes just took a dive. There we go. Be careful of falling into delusional states or turning yourself into a guru. You are not. Why did that just happen? There we go. Life happens. Be careful of turning yourself into some sort of guru. You are not. An inflated ego can lead to bad decisions, and being headstrong can make situations worse. So, and Neptune in Pisces also is about release. So it's about letting things go. So you may need to let some spiritual practice go. That's okay. This is the time to do that. Talk about that a little bit also later in this week. In fact, I think it's going to be the next thing we talk about. Saturday, this is late Saturday, so it'll be the next after. Late Saturday night, the moon in Capricorn. It's time to get something done. You to get something done. You've got the emotional energy to do it. Accept the challenge that about something that you've discovered recently. Know that you can take that and you've got the emotional stamina to get up, go and do it. By applying self-discipline and commitment, it can be done. You've got the emotional energy to do it. You've got that emotional excitement. Go. Be careful of trying to control everyone else or the situation while your own work gets undone. So focus on what your responsibilities are. Capricorn's about you and your responsibilities. Trying to control everybody else in the situation, bad idea. Okay. And on Sunday, we end the week with the sun in Libra and a sextile to Pluto in Sagittarius. So sun in Libra, the ego being open to taking information and weighing it. Sextile is about electricity, it's excitement, it's interest. So your ego is interested in what? Pluto in Sagittarius. Pluto in Sagittarius is about releasing belief systems that no longer serve you. So what beliefs do you have about yourself? And are they helping you? Great. How can you grow in them? If they're not, how can you let them go? This is a great time of reflecting on habits and patterns that no longer serve you, on belief systems that no longer serve you, and letting them go and releasing them. Time to integrate some deep truths into your life. Expect situations to arise from wounds in the past. So this is a time of, with the sun in Libra. It's time to reflect on those wounds, what caused them, how can you heal them. Pluto is the planet of transformation, so it can help transform those wounds. These situations are intended to help you heal and move on. Acting out, blaming others will just make a bad situation worse. Also, be careful of being tyrannical or cruel, as these will deepen the wound. So this starts on the 19th, goes to the 20th. I believe it ends on the 21st. had that run, and I didn't run it for this. For the graphic, I just had a shortened version of it just for the week. But it does end early next week. So this is a Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, I believe. Talking. Dry throat. There we go. Follow me on social media. I'm on Facebook at freedomthroughastrology.com. I have a link on my website for Instagram. We got to change that. I am on LinkedIn. And I'm also a member of the Digital Soul Space, which is a private, there's a free and there's a public paid version. Free gets you some, paid gets you all, but it's private. Your data is not for sale. It's a spiritual clearinghouse. If there's something spiritual you want to learn, you're going to find people in here who can help you learn it, want to work with you, help work with you. And you can ask questions and receive answers. Troll-free zone. That's the other thing I really like about it is I ask questions and people are so helpful and so supportive. And it's a place for you to learn about different spiritual practices and integrate them and ask questions about things you want to learn. It's a great place to go. And let me pull this up. If you found this interesting and helpful, please go to my website, freedomthroughastrology.com. Let me pull this down here, freedomthroughastrology.com. I have my website. There's my nice picture you've been seeing. Your chart is here to help you healers, math lessons to learn. If you click on subscribe, it's about the newsletter sign up. It's a once weekly free newsletter. Includes a summary of the major aspects for the events for the week. I give an astrological insight, exclusive subscriber-only discounts and offers. So, yeah, there's that. Like I say, subscriber only. Don't put them out anywhere else usually. And information on live events and appearances. So if I'm going to be out in public, it's a chance for you to meet me one-on-one. If you would like a reading, if you click on scheduling, these are live one-to-one via Zoom. I'm going to be adding more information to these so you can see exactly what I read and how I read. I do birth charts. I do karmic or past life readings from your chart. It's in there. Transit reading are the predictive readings. And I just completed my second transit course with the FCEA. So it's incredible. I've learned a lot. It's been helpful. So there's that. And if you've got quick questions, you want quick consultations, I have them right there as well. Our schedules don't work out. If you click on services, everything I offer, almost everything I offer there, I offer as natal chart, I offer as recordings. I do the recording, I share with you a Zoom link that you can watch, download, and then I give you a code for a free follow-up session or a discount off of a longer session, depending on how you want to play that card. So there's that. I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video on YouTube. Subscribe, follow, give me feedback. Do you like this version? Do you like this method of doing with the slides better? Do you prefer the other one? I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have yourself a wonderful week. Have the best week possible. Oh, our special guest cat this week, the kittens got moved. If I can do this, you can see her. Our special guest cat, not going to work that way. If you can see her, this is Miss Toes. Okay, the light's blinding her. She's an all gray cat. We think she's a Russian blue. She's a wild cat that was born in my house over a decade ago. She's my weather vane. I'll talk about her later. Have yourself a good week.